It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
Put a finger down if you move home from living overseas for a year to no job, no money, no nothing. So you have to go sleep on your brother's air mattress at him and your sister-in-law's house and job hunt for 6 months. In the meantime, your relationship turns into toxic waste and he breaks up with you on a random Thursday and then ghosts you. And you don't really blame him because you were terrible for each other, but you went through a breakup nonetheless. And then a month later, you get robbed at gunpoint. 2 teenage boys on a Monday night put a gun in your stomach and rob you. And then, boom, you just have to whatever. Yeah, a bunch of cops. You get a whole detective assigned to your case. All that fun stuff. They get them on camera, yet somehow they never actually catch them. So you're just stuck with the trauma and PTSD for the rest of your life. And then 2 days later, you get offered a job. And then you still have no money or anything, but you need this job. So you move 3 hours away for this job. No furniture, no nothing, no friends in this city. And then you just move there and you love your job and it's great and it's awesome. Like a month after starting this job, you literally get chased in the parking lot of the job that you are working by 2 random students who thought it was funny. Have a full-blown PTSD episode because, you know, you got robbed at gunpoint. Your coworker comforts you because he had been through the same thing and was an incredible person and understood what was happening, and that actually really meant a lot to you at the time. You get a therapist, all right? You get a therapist. She starts helping you out from it. You're going through PTSD stuff. You're going through all this stuff. It's getting great, right? You're feeling a little bit better, all right? You decide to take the public transportation for the first time. There's a stop right outside of your apartment. You walk out the doors, you're with other people, and a random man just grabs you and tries to get you to just go to his party or whatever with you, and so you just start screaming profusely at him. You never use that transportation ever again, by the way, and then half a mile away at the next stop, yeah, y'all seen those national headlines about that girl that got stabbed? Half a mile from my apartment, I saw the cop cars on the light rail, okay? Yeah, so good thing I didn't continue to do that, all right? And then a couple months after, you know, the light rail grabbing incident, you are walking to get coffee, broad daylight, at this new job that you love. That's great, right? A man hops through the bushes and follows you to go get coffee and then follows you back. Now he knows where you work, what you look like. You're alone. You don't know how to tell him to leave you alone. And, yeah, so that's really, really fun. So once again, you literally have a panic attack in your office and the same coworker helps you through it. Awesome, right? And then you go home to visit Raleigh and you see your brother and sister-in-law and it's great and whatever. And it's late at night, you're walking home, you've had a couple drinks, you know, and you look and you see these 2 teenage boys looking in cars on the street that you got robbed in. And it was the guys. And you just see them again. And then you know what? You never call the cops because you didn't want to be wrong and then ruin like 2 boys' lives and endanger them and, you know, all those fun things. So whatever, you just live with that. You go back. All right? All right? You still with me? Okay. And so then a few months after that, you're thinking everything's fine. You're thinking you're all good. You think like life is on the up and everything's fine. And then you go to Target, once again, on your lunch break while you're at work. And some man almost hits you with a car in the parking deck and then starts yelling at you when he almost hit you with his car. And then he waits for you outside of the Target and then follows you to your car. And so once again, you are freaking out and you're really just not okay because you know all this stuff is happening and you just haven't really had a chance to even process anything. And every time you go to therapy, you once again have one new thing to work on and you can't even work on the original PTSD thing that you were dealing with in the first place because all of these super messed up events just keep happening and it literally feels like your life is like some big old comic, like, joke and you just really don't understand it and your friends are starting not to even believe that all of this stuff's happening to you because it just continues and continues to happen. And so you talk to your therapist and you're like, we really need to focus on like one topic at a time, you know, we're really going to get into the meat of things. Like, I'm sorry all this stuff keeps happening, my life feels really unbelievable at the moment, blah 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 blah. You make that decision, okay? You go to your therapy appointment Monday, 5 days after your last therapy appointment, and then you sit down and you're like, hey, so actually, you know how we said that, we have a new thing to focus on because my coworker died. The one that helped me through the through the PTSD episodes and all the stuff that just kept happening while I was at work, who had also been through the same thing and was a very kind, loving human. Yeah, he died. So does it get better? Can somebody just tell me if it gets better?
Where she live at? Gotham City, looking at. I was just watching Joker last night, and that's one of my favorite movies. The first one, the second one was cool too, but the first one was, it's just so much crime that happens in Gotham City. And I can't wait to see what spinoff they do from the Joker Part 2 to where Bruce Wayne grows up and the Joker is, you know, out and about and stuff like that. So, yeah, man. This is a crazy ass story. she kept going through situations. You know what? When I say you keep going through situations and situations like that, you are being pushed to the limit of your sanity, of your life. And me being a follower of Christ, man, those are the hardest prayers. You just gotta be like, Lord, look, everything's. But also, her not calling the police on kids who she think is breaking in cars, and just to say it's those two guys that robbed me, and then turn around and not call the police is very irresponsible. You know, see something, say something, okay? Like, come on now, be real. Like, some people just woke up with their car smashed in because you saw a crime happen and didn't want to call the police. Like, sometimes it's okay to be that nosy neighbor. Look, I'm a citizen of the law right now. Like back when I was younger and I seen some kids doing some dumb shit, I'd be like, man, you know, if it wasn't around my house or it was somewhere, I'd be like, shit, let them eat. You know what I'm saying? Goons got to eat too, because obviously they're starving. But then, you know, growing up, me, it's like, man, that was somebody woke up the same day, the next day, and was petrified, just mad. Because I remember waking up and my car was stolen, man, and I just be like, man, really, I know who stole it, so it was like, it just makes it even worse. But we couldn't prove it because we couldn't find the car. And we never found the car. But it's out there, chopped up. But yeah, just like, I think that was very irresponsible for her to just not call the police. But she really went through some stuff and she just wanted to be left alone. Crazy situation. Like, I don't have any situations where I was just consistently going through things, except my life when I was going in and out of jail for like a year straight. I was going in and out of jail. Even when I got out of prison, and like the first week I got out of prison, I went to jail, and I was like, bruh, for a seat, I got pulled over for a seatbelt. I wasn't even driving. I was in the passenger seat, and I got pulled over for a seatbelt, and then I was sent to jail for a warrant. And I was like, how do I have a warrant and I just got out of jail? Well, they put out the warrant the day after I got out of jail. And what's crazy is it's the same county that put me in jail. So they literally waited till I got out of jail to lock me back up. And that is so wrong. Like, I could have handled that while I was in jail. Like, you know, and I wouldn't have mind handling that while I was in jail. But, you know, when you leave one facility and go to another, they gather up all your stuff and they replace you. So if you had a good cellmate at that time, you was gonna lose them. But either way, I still would have wanted to handle that warrant, because I don't even remember what it was for. But I got out on a Monday. I got arrested on Friday. I didn't get out of jail till that Monday, till I seen a judge, and they let me out. And I was just like, yo, I just spent another weekend in jail after spending almost 2 years in prison. I mean, it was the most like punching down on me. And I already didn't have no money. You know, when I got out, I had stuff that I could make money on, and I was just like, man, let me get rid of this. I got rid of it, made my little money, and I was able to, you know, put nice clothes on and, you know, have some money to do something with my kid. I only had one kid at the time, and that's what I did. And then I had to find a job. That Monday I was supposed to go to work, but I couldn't because I was in jail. And when I got out, so I had to regroup, stuck to the plan, got a job. 2 weeks later, back in jail. A month later, back in jail. Like, it just seemed like every time I looked up, I had a new warrant for something. And I was always getting either pulled over, or one time I was walking to the store and I got pulled over by a cop and took to jail walking. And he was like, why did you drive your car? I said, man, you pulled me over walking. What you mean, why would I drive my car? I mean, the store is right on the corner. It's not even like late. It was like 8 or 9 o'clock. at night, and I was just like, and I can't walk to the store. I can't get no little exercise. But point being, they was just watching me, and so I just said, like, man, I just got to get away from here, and I did. I got away. I got away from the city I was in, and that city is known as a sundown town. A lot of them around there is sundown towns, but I mean, they obviously wasn't sundown towns at the time, but in the '60s, yeah. But the culture is still there. So it was just like it was time after time. So I just felt the need. I started going back to church and stuff like that, and I started feeling a little better. And eventually, so it's been years since I've actually been to a jail. Like, I remember the first whole year of not going to a jail. It was like it was like the best part of waking up with Folgers in your cup. I promise you, it was like, so now it's been many, many years. So, which to her story, it's not the same thing, but it's like, when one thing is after another is going wrong, and you feel like you're being attacked, and you like, this got to be a game. Like, who is pulling the strings on this? And yes.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as quick as 1 week.